Your life's a journey, every step's a page, every story told, another voice engraved. We all got lessons, let's spit them with pride. Straight from the heart, now let's take this ride. Life is a story, so let's tell it together. Through the pain, through the joy, we gon' make it forever. Every lesson, every scar, Mel Dopsy bringing truth straight from the heart.
Yo, I've been through the highs, I've been through the lows. I learned real fast, that's just how it goes. Life ain't a straight line, it's full of detours. Every closed door just opens up three more. Man, I done seen struggle, I done seen pain, but I never let the dark days drive me insane. Every loss was a lesson, every fall made me wise. Now I'm here telling stories, open up your eyes.
Don't be afraid to speak your truth.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting episodes of Lessons Straight from the Heart, and I'm your host, Male Dopsy. Forgiveness. It's one of the hardest lessons we carry. Sometimes it's not about forgiving others, but forgiving ourselves. We talk about moving on, but what happens when the wound never closes? What happens when your body healed, but your heart still limps? Today's episode is for the things we've tried to forget, but never forgave. This is the thing I never forgave. When I was younger, I made a choice. I left someone behind when they needed me most. They were going through something deep, and I disappeared. Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't know how to stay. I told myself, I was young. I wasn't equipped. But guilt doesn't care about excuses. Years passed, and every time I saw someone breaking down, I remembered them, and how I walked away. I forgave a lot of people in my life, but that's the thing I never forgave myself for. Until one day, someone told me, you can't rewrite what happened, but you can write what happens next. So I wrote this episode, and in a way, I think I'm finally letting go. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's giving yourself permission to live beyond the moment that hurt you. If you've carried shame in silence, follow at Male Dopsy. Subscribe now because truth is where healing begins. And hey, listen to my musical tracks on all major streaming platforms searching at Male Dopsy. Now, let's hear from Darnell in Chicago, a man who learned that forgiveness doesn't always come with closure.
Hello, you can call me Darnell. Me and my brother were close growing up, but everything changed when I got the scholarship, and he didn't. He started drinking, started spiraling, started resenting me. One day, he cursed me out at our mother's birthday, told the whole family I was fake, that I thought I was better. We never spoke after that. Then, in 2020, he passed away. Heart complications. I showed up at his funeral, sat in the back, cried for a man I didn't even know anymore. People said, forgive him. He was hurting. But no one told me how to forgive someone who never apologized. And honestly, I'm still trying. Some days I think I have. Other days, I don't know. But maybe talking about it now is a start.
Thank you, Darnell. Your correct forgiveness doesn't always feel final. It happens in layers, in honesty, in time. Follow at Male Dopsy for more stories that help us face the truths we buried. Subscribe and let's grow together, one layer at a time. Next is Ijeoma from Lagos. Her story reminds us, sometimes the absence of words hurts more than any spoken one.
Hello, it's Ijeoma. I grew up with a father who never said, I'm proud of you. Never said, I love you. Just silence, expectations, pressure. I got my degree, got married, had kids, still no words. Then one day he was in the hospital, weak, tired, hooked to machines. I sat beside him, hoping he'd say something, but he just stared out the window. After he died, people told me that was just his way, but it didn't feel like love. I know I should forgive him, and maybe deep down, I have, but I still wish he had said the things I needed to hear. And that's the thing I never forgave.
Thank you, Ijeoma. We grieve the things we didn't get. And sometimes, what hurts most is the love we had to imagine instead of receive. Subscribe to @Male Dopsy for the stories you needed growing up. You deserve to be seen. And now, our final story comes from Eden, 14, in Birmingham, UK. A teen girl who learned that some betrayals cut deeper than heartbreak.
I'm Eden. Last year, my best friend posted something about me online. Something personal. Something that wasn't true. People laughed. DM'd me cruel things. I stopped going to school for a week. She never apologized. In fact, she acted like nothing happened. Said it was just a joke. But it wasn't. And I never told her how much it hurt. Because I didn't want to look weak. I miss the friendship sometimes. But I don't think I can ever trust her again. That's the thing I haven't forgiven. And maybe that's okay. For now.
Thank you, Eden. Even young hearts carry old wounds. And forgiveness should never come at the cost of your safety or self-respect. Share this with a teen who's been hurt by someone close. And follow at Dopsy to help them feel seen. You don't have to force forgiveness. You don't have to rush healing. But you do deserve peace. So whether it's a whisper, a comment, or a message, let's start the process. Together. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means refusing to let pain write the rest of your story. Dopsy is a safe space for your healing. The version of you who's ready to speak, to feel, to release. Subscribe to @Dopsy on all major platforms. And stream all my musical tracks on all streaming platforms. Turn on notifications. Share this with someone who needs it, especially if that someone is you. Because even when the wound runs deep, you are still worthy of healing. Lessons straight from the heart, where stories shape destiny follow. Subscribe, share @Dopsy new episodes. Join the healing. Tag your moment. #Dopsy, #Lessons straight from the heart.